Welcome back, everybody, to Billiards TV. This is the Banca del Fucino WPA Women's World 10 Ball Championship. Qualified for the last 16. We have another great clash as we have Chieh-Yu Chou, former World 10 Ball Champion, Zhang Muyan from China. Best side of 3 sets, race before. We are playing 10 balls, this ball shot. Country box for this match. Myself, Tim Ryder, gladly joined, and my good friend and colleague all the way from Thailand. Mark. Welcome back, everybody, to Billiards TV. This is the Banca del Fucino World Women's 10 Ball Championship. And we have another great matchup here between Zhang Muyan and Chieh-Yu Chou, young lady from China, looking to qualify for the last 16. It's a loser qualification match. The loser will have to go home. So a lot at stake. Best out of 3 sets. Of course, we're playing 10 balls, so it's goal shot, races to 4. And in the commentary box for this match, myself, Tim Ryder, gladly joined by my good friend and colleague all the way live from Thailand. Welcome, Mark White.
Thank you very much, Tim. Well, that first rack, apologies first of all for the little interruption in sound, guys, just having a few tech issues, which we are working hard on to make sure it's as pleasurable for you as possible. But I was just going to say, Tim, what a brilliant rack that was from Muyan Zhang. I mean, I'm a huge fan of hers. I think she's a great player, and I think Chieh-Yu has got a bit of a match on her hands here.
Yeah, I completely agree. First time we've seen Muyan play, I think, was in Indonesia last year. Predator TBC Indonesian Open, I believe. She did really well. I think she got in the final with the mixed doubles. Was already quite impressed. She's only gonna get better, I feel, the more tournaments she's going to travel to.
Decent break. Shot on the two, on the one ball rather, Tim. Can she play on to the 6 here and hold for the 2?
Well, she might be able to still drop this in that weight. Maybe a little bit of drag to kill some pace off the cue ball, but definitely a good chance. She even drew it. Does she get any angle? She does get an angle. 4-5 combination is there. This might be a break and run coming. Chou in some early trouble, and I do agree with the fact that she might have a big problem on her hands in this match.
Well, her style reminds me a little bit of Cheska. To be honest, she doesn't really take much time. She strikes the ball very firmly. Great potter of the ball. Doesn't take too much time.
Yeah, things laying so great. Just a little bit of traveling from the 8 to the 9. But overall, what an opportunity she has been given.
Well, this is for a break and run, Tim. What a start. Perfection personified. Hasn't put a tip wrong yet. Tremendous start. Ooh, steady.
Well, overall, a brilliant start for Muyan. 2-0 up. No mistake so far. And is also putting Chou in the chair, you know, like no table time, gets no feeling for the table in these moments. So imagine you sit in your chair for 10-15 minutes. Now you have to shoot that one long shot after the break maybe, and you're not feeling it that much. It's the difference. As you can see, of course, we've had 2 racks in.
Started with a win over Emily. I beg your pardon.
1,000 player overall performance. Perfect start.
Yeah, don't see that too often, Tim, do you? Perfect. Not now, though. Just what you were talking about, Tim. Getting out of your chair, cold, and having a long ball to go at.
Yeah, and it's not just one to pocket. It's one where she has to work a lot on getting shape on the 2 as well. Did go for the save. Good shot. On the other side, will be quite reasonable to hit for Muyan.
should be in trouble here.
Yeah, trouble indeed. And also, to get close to that 4 makes a big difference. Blocking the kick over the bottom short rail.
Maybe 3 rails here, Tim. Oh, close.
Yeah, it was indeed the best option. Awful close. This might be a 3 foul in the making, because if you look at the 6 ball, no future on the 6. Of course, the 1 and the 2 are tied up. Not necessarily a easy run out to go for, to chase.
Good strategy here from Chieh-Yu, just slowing Muyan down a little bit now. She was in a nice rhythm after those first 2 runs, and now Rita, as she's known, has forced the mistake from her and now has an opportunity, Tim, to run this rack. 6 ball, of course, is the problem.
Well, the question is, how is she going to develop the 6? Of course, you could use the 2 ball, but it's actually not going to put you real nice on the 3 ball. Drawing into the 6 right now wouldn't make any sense. Would you maybe consider a 5-9 combination? Or maybe an angle on the 5 to go into the 6? That's an option maybe in between. Kind of straight though on this 2, so I had to force an angle out. And Muyan at the table already.
Tried to do an awful lot with the cue ball there with very little angle. This is good, Tim. This is very good. Oh, has she got about maybe the edge is on? Can she risk now, Tim? Or not? Going forward?
Yeah, the only issue, if you would do it, is if you run full into the 6. That 6 is going to stay in between the cue ball and the 4. I think the best option is to go off the 5. But if you get the wrong angle, you're not going to be able to get the run out. Needs the angle.
Well, she's got it. It's perfect, isn't it? It's a bit of a stretch. bit risky this. Got to get a lot of draw on this. Oh, lots of body movement as well, but what a shot she's played from where she was. Tremendous shot.
I've got to say, I'm quite impressed. This run still on. I mean, really wasn't the easiest run out. Time shape on the 10 ball now. Difficult run out this was.
So on the board, finally. There we see over on table 2 in action. She's one rack down to Ling Wang, who's at the table now as well, so could be going 2-0 here. So the young lady from Taiwan. Jasmine, one of the most experienced players on the circuit now, along with Kelly Fisher.
Yeah, and still winning. So Chieh-Yu Chou to break the balls.
Well, what a difference a rack makes. Break, really nice. On this one ball, 2-5 is awkward, but the 4 is nearby, so does offer some opportunity to give it a little bump. Yeah. Could even do it. How would you go about it, Tim?
Well, I kind of think the 4 is the best option. I think you were going to opt maybe to go off the 3 ball. I just think it's too tricky. Could land behind the 5, 7 or the 10 if you go off the 3 into it. Still, the 4 is not close to the rail, so it's difficult to create an angle on the 4 ball to run into it. So again, it's one of those angles you really have to work for. So I might have to drop this in, go a little bit forward. Create an angle to the right on the 4 to draw into it. No, she's going to play safe behind the 7 on the 5. Just gotta make sure she draws into the perfect spot to play the roll up.
Are you a little surprised, Tim, that she didn't leave herself an angle to go into it, to be attacking? She could still go into this off the back rail.
Yeah, I just feel like if she runs into the 10 ball full, I think a lot of bad things could happen. So she has put herself into a good position, and this will probably be enough for her to still win the rack. So this little break in between is not going to hurt her, I feel like. Might have to go 3 rails. 3 rails, or maybe 2 rails over the top short rail, right long rail into the 5.
Oh, this is tough. First shot. Wants it to slow up though. Oh, a little bit unlucky.
Yeah, indeed. Unlucky is the right word to describe where the 5 ball has landed. And this shape from the 5 to the 7, that was the only work that had to be done. Maybe a bit straight on the 7, but she could still stun this in, take a bit longer 8. Yeah, a bit in between on this 9 ball though. Still going to play this into the corner, but we'll have to run the cue ball into the left long rail.
Square. So that blast in the first 2 racks from Zhang didn't perturb Chieh-Yu at all. Now then, we have our wheelchair final for you at 6:30, and we know both players now as well. Henrik Larsson did overcome Fred Dinsmore after losing the first set, and he will play Matej Mrekovic, who beat Stefano Di Blasio. So that final is coming up for you guys at 6:30 today. Pretty strong player over performance there. Look now from Chow, Tim, 9.52. Class player.
Well, honestly, both have started really well in this match. Sets the tone. First dry break for Chou. Difficult 1 ball mark. Not easy to get close on the 2, and actually an angle running away from it. And sometimes when you run into the 7, you might land a bit funny, as in hampered by the 10 or the 3 ball.
What an interesting stat. Apart from the ones that came up on the screen, since those first 2 break and runs from, or the 1 break and run and a reverse run from Zhang Muyan, since then, the next 2 racks she's only kicked. She hasn't had a go at a pot until now, this rack. Interesting stat. And this might be okay, Tim. Oh, just wanted a thicker contact. Easy safety though.
Well, the 5 does go by the 6. So she's got a great angle on the 3 ball to go up table. And all the other balls, they are at the bottom side of the table, so not so much traveling afterwards. Maybe just the 6 to the 7, some issues.
this is perfect. 7 does pass the 10 into the same pocket as the 5 and the 6. So shouldn't be any problems here at all.
Well, let's see, is she going 2 rails back to the center of the table on the 7? Or does the 7 maybe go into the left middle pocket? Makes it easier on the cue ball. Oh, it does go into the bottom left. Nicely spotted. Of course, a lot easier to play this way.
Muyan racing off to a 2-0 lead, but it's been all Chou since. This is very, very impressive from Rita.
Yeah, I mean, quality of play from both. Very, very high indeed. 3-2. Now on the hill to take the opening set. Chieh-Yu Chou. Here's the schedule. We've got 4 tables live on Billiards TV. Jessica Centeno and Pia Filler, table 4. Table 3 will start whenever the loser round is complete, whenever we get all the matches ready. And Wang Ling Wang against Yasmin Hushan on table 2. Soon we are going to find out who's going to be in the last 16. And you could say that's where the big bucks are being made from that point. The money.
Yeah, interesting to see 2 Americans in there as well, and they're Anna Easton both through. Hiraguchi, Shi Tiangxi, Chen Siming, Margaret Fefilova, Tim's pick, Amber Chen, all awaiting the results of these matches going on now. It's going to be a fascinating last 16, Tim.
Yeah, if you think about it, Fefilova has been into the semifinals of the World Championship before. Savannah Easton has done the same thing. There's not a big difference between a semifinal or winning an event. I mean, it's, of course, it gives a different pressure, but it only takes maybe playing your best game 2 or 3 hours, you know?
I think Margaret Fefilova against Savannah Easton would be a really good kind of test for both of them to see where their game's at now, Tim. I'd quite like to see a match-up between those two. I think it'd be very, very close and interesting. There will be a redraw after this round, so there's a chance that they will meet in the last 16. We'll see.
Oh, cue ball getting close to the corner. But she lands on the 7. She does have a nice angle to float this in and run towards the 8. This is for 3 each. The 8 not going by the 10. That would be probably the nicest position to play off this 7 ball with this angle.
You see the lovely gold trim on the table in celebration of the 30-year anniversary of Predator. And I saw a terrific interview with Karim Belhaj, the CEO of Predator, this morning. And he's announced 2 new, oh, what's she done here? Didn't want to catch the 10. Yeah, I was just going to say, 2 new events, Tim, in Florida this year.
Well, she's going aggressive. She's called the bank. Does come with a great reward. Do you think she's going to play any defense? Any defensive thoughts to this bank?
Could play kind of up behind. Well, went all in.
Well, this is quite the steal. Biggest mistake in this match so far from Muyan. Chou now shooting to win the opening set. A little off angle on this 10 though. Yes, one that she's supposed to make. But pressure can be a weird thing at times. And that's it for the opening set. Chieh-Yu Chou making the 10. Winning the set 4-2. And as you can see, the players are taking a break. Time to refresh. And I guess Mark White and myself, Tim Druit, we're going to refresh as well. Get some drinks, get some food. And we'll be right back with the second set. And welcome back, everybody, to the Banca del Fucino WPA Women's World 10-Ball Championship. This is a loser qualification match between Zhang Muyan and Chieh-Yu Chou. Actually, a really strong showing from both in the opening set. Chou winning 4-2. Is now breaking off to get things going in the second set. Mark White and Tim de Ruiter in the booth. Mark, what do you think about this coming set?
Yeah, I thought the first set was very interesting in as much as the way Muang Zhang started off, you kind of thought she could run away with it. But I think lots of experience shown from Chieh-Yu in that rack, tying her up. We did get the stat from the pool stat guy that she only got to kick at balls for the next 2 racks. And I thought that was really clever play from Chieh-Yu. And there we see again, trying to keep it nice and tight. And who knows, Tim, that could be the secret to slowing this young lady down a bit. I think she's a bit like Cheska. She loves to attack. And I think if you upset her rhythm, then she might struggle.
Well, let's see if she can disturb the rhythm. Now, a little bit closer to the rail, bit of an in-between angle. Could play this with inside spin to get to the short side, but the 4 is pretty much frozen to the rail. Not nice to play into the bottom right corner. Well, she has played to do so. 4 into the bottom right. I wouldn't be surprised if she misses this 4 mark. These are a bit tricky.
Referee Dave Pearson just checking if it's a frozen ball. We'll ask Tim about that in a second. I don't think it comes into play here, of course. And she has missed it, Tim. Isn't it surprising? You're trying to miss that point, aren't you? And you kind of overcompensate sometimes on it. The point always seems to stick its nose out at you.
Yeah, you gotta hit that so clean as well. You're like touching the rail and the ball at the same time. It's so easy to catch rail first. Or the ball first. I mean, just either way. Tough shot. A little bit of a second prize. But we are seeing the Predator Air Rush jump cue in action.
Oh, what a roll. What a roll. That's a Rolls Royce roll.
Well, Muyan should be able to bring the 4 up table. It's like a half ball hit. Should be fine. Yeah, just like this. Good hit. Are we gonna see the jump cue out again?
Yeah, smart shot. Might she be tempted, Tim?
Well, doesn't look like she's taking on the bank. Oh, and this might get over the middle. Might be able to play the jump. Could also kick the 4 under the 9 and the 10. Also, it's like a half ball kick. Just gotta work the pace. Now, it's a shot. Is she going to jack up? Or is she going to just plain ball, float this in?
Oh,
Yeah, great cueing. What a shot that was.
cracker.
Yeah, we'll have to run into the 9. Does have an angle going to the right, and as you can see, obviously the 9 doesn't go by the 10. She did draw away from the 9, actually played a really good shot there. Didn't look like she was able to miss the 9. But look at this. She's got the rhythm going. She's feeling so confident about her cueing. You can see this. Taking the opening rack, Muyan. The break overall has been very successful for her.
Some latest scores, guys. Christina to catch 3-1 up on Hong Jingyu. Seo Soa 2-1 up on Wei Chu Chen. Christina Zateva 2 down to Shasha Liu. Rublin Ahmet 3-0 up against Argentina's Soledad Ayala. Wanling Wang 3-1 up against Jasmine Ocean. Samia Konishi, who beat Kelly Fisher actually in the first round. She's 2-2 with Venus Lim. Young Venus Lim having a great run from Singapore. Tino and Pia Filler are all square at 2-2. That's available on table 4 for you guys if you want to watch Cheska against Pia.
Now again, ball has gone in. Probably a safety coming up, unless she's going for a bank to the top left.
She really does remind me of Cheska, you know, in a lot of ways.
This is going to find cover behind the 2. Yeah, tricky thing with the jump is, okay, you're always going to make contact, but there's no bank on. Maybe to the bottom right, but cue ball will be flying all over the place at the same time. She catches a double kiss, and now, oh, what a roll mark.
That's brutal. Another good solid hit though, Tim. Needs a bit of luck. Has she got it? I think she may have. Well, Rita's real nickname in China is Big Eyes. And maybe this will help her here. We've got an eagle eye, of course, Jason Short.
Well, running a bit far from the 2. Gonna have to see big stroke from this 2 to the 3 ball. Yeah, one of the rare mistakes so far in this match. Two ball does go by the 7, so a chance for Muyan to go at it. As we've seen, she doesn't often play safe, so when it's on, she'll be going for it. Oh, this cue ball, is she going to get something on the 3 ball? Did she get behind the 5? Oh, must be going. She's already on the shot. No time to waste. Oh, well. Now I feel like there might be a bit more pressure coming on to this one.
Surely has to play safe now. She's not sure. Yeah, good shot.
Now cue ball behind the 8-9 coming. No. The other way around. Cue ball behind the 10. Oh. What a cue ball she's played there. Supposed to make a hit on the 3 ball, but easy to sell out the rack.
I think it's on, Tim. Oh, she's having to massage it. Or is she looking at maybe jumping? She's going to have to... Oh, she's called her extension. Left it a little late, didn't she? Here comes the contortionist, Chieh-Yu.
Yeah, close. Almost made the jump. Is she giving Muyan something? Well, this is one she should take on. Cue ball back to the middle of the table in between the 5 and the 10.
Oh, this is nasty. She's going all in here. Keep the head still. Very easy to move the head, Tim.
Oh. And then a bit unlucky actually to be kissed into the middle. Yeah,
I think she's...
laying a very easy mark.
Yeah, nice, aren't they? I was just looking at the size of that drink bottle that Zhang's brought with her. I think she's expecting a 3 setter, maybe even a 5 setter. Of course, it will be 5 sets in the final stages of this tournament, the World 10 Ball.
Yeah, cross the cue ball over. Again, a little off angle on the 10, but she can play pocket speed, so the corner is going to grab the ball a bit easier. So Chou tying the score 1 apiece. Did completely steal the set from being 2-0 down in the opener. If we follow the same trend, this could be 4-1 in the second set. But that's still a very far sight. Now, if we look at the stats, gotta say a little better in the opening set. Muyan 806. Now in the second set 750. Still not bad, but she'll have to play a bit better to be able to win this set, I feel.
Well, I've just been told who we have coming up on this table next, and it's an absolute belter. Savannah Easton and So Soa in the doubles up against Wang Wanglin and Sophia Mast. The two Americans come face to face in the doubles. I'm going to be looking forward to that. I won't be in the booth for it, but I'll definitely be watching it, Tim.
Yeah, some great action still coming all the way from Rome. Make sure to stay tuned on Probability TV, of course. And also, if you would want to see the schedule, the players list, prize money, etc., go to probabilityseries.com.
And I never realised until yesterday, the pool stat guy told me, if you click on events, it gives you the choice of clicking live stats, guys. So if you want to check out the live stats there as well, that's all on ProBilliardsSeries.com.
Yeah, the 4 not going to the bottom right, but a good safety. I think that's the only way Muyan can win this match, is by keeping it so tight. Now, trying to catch this thin, probably. No. She caught it full. Does get some distance. Not easy to get from the 4 to the 5. But, I mean, with how everything has been going, I'm quite sure Muyan is going to drop this definitely in. I mean, she doesn't shy away from any long shots.
She'll settle for that. Pink glove, pink chalk, and she'll be feeling in the pink if she can make these last 4 balls and take a 2-1 lead. Needs this set, remember.
Still a little bit of traveling coming though. Cue ball around the angles. 3-wheel position. The more you travel the cue ball, the more that could go wrong. So never a guarantee. But 2 diamonds away, straight in on the 10. Muyan taking the lead back. So now 2-1. Her break has been working well, so if she can get that breaker run in at this point, most important. Now Wang has taken the opening set against Jasmine Ushan, as you can see on the screen. Wei Tzu Chen 1-0 up against So Soa. And Jessica Centeno 1-0 up against Pia Filler. Little update.
Table 2.
Later on, Xia Liu and Han Yu up against the young lady at the table now, Chieh-Yu, with her partner, Christina Tkach. That's a great game as well. So tables 1 and table 2. Unbelievable. And then you've got Filler Ocean against Silviana Liu and Muramatsu. That's on table 3. And table 4, Cheska Centeno, Rublin Amit up against Yuki Hiraguchi and Chihiro Kawahara. So that's your entertainment, guys, on the 4 tables. That's all coming up for you just a little bit later on, 4 p.m.
Well, a bit surprised. She's not playing a safety over the left side. She has gone for the bank. Yeah, tricky thing also is if Chou drops this in, the 3 ball does go into the middle. So she could have caught the left side of the 2 and bring the cue ball back down table. So I'm a bit surprised. But then again, as we've been saying, she does play very aggressive. And when it goes, it's beautiful, but when it stops working... Oh, bit of body movement there. Did that 2 ball stop over the middle enough?
I don't think so. I think this is not on, Tim. The scratch is obvious for the top left. I think she's got to play safe here.
Yeah, that's what she's tried, and well, with this little bit of luck, she has successfully defended herself, but
who said there's no luck in 10 ball?
yeah, a little bit surprised also here that she kicked it at this pace. Of course, was always going to put the 2 ball to the top side of the table, and there's not so much traffic. Kind of an important rack this is for both of them. That's the beauty with this set system, is every rack is important. To where in 9 ball, if you miss 2 balls and you go down 4-0, doesn't really say much. Yeah, chose safety a little better than Muyan's. She'll be going airborne. Making the 2 was not going to get her position on the 3 ball anyways. And kind of a second prize again.
Both players getting the run of the ball. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, just a good hit, but no great defense at all. Thin the 2 ball. Get it just behind the 8. Maybe the cue ball to the left side of the 10, or is she only going to split it? No, this was the shot. Has tied up the 5, but again, no cover. Muyan's safety is now a bit weaker, giving Chou a bit more space.
Behind the 3, maybe.
Yeah, pretty messy layout in general now. Of course, the battle all about the 2 ball here, but even if you get a shot on the 2, 5 ball remains to be a problem.
Yeah, just wondering, it might go in the side, Tim, past the 3, because the 3 won't be there, obviously. When we do get down to the 4 ball. Could really try and duck in here. Behind the 4 ball she's got there. Well, she's bringing the jump cue. I don't think she'll be jumping this. Oh, she is. Jumping to the kick.
Well, she's left the 2 ball with the 4 now being close to the 5. A lot easier to be able to either open up the 5-10 or play for the 5 in the middle. That's what she was checking.
Maybe has to go into it now.
Yeah, could go top spin, 1 reel into it. Don't think she can still hold for the 5 in the middle. She also played position earlier in the match to play a safety. Could do something similar. She was running out of time there, Mark. The shot clock got her.
Well, she decided to play the hook on the 4 instead. Oh, this is great. This is fabulous. What a great shot she's played there. Advantage, Wang Zhang. Is she looking at putting the 8 and the 9 together, Tim?
Yeah, definitely a good option. This 8 ball, very difficult to get to. Well, and the 5 remains a problem too.
Yeah, it is available though, to the left side pocket. That's what she's played for. And she's perfect on this. Nice angle going towards the 6.
Yeah, important 6 ball this is. Needs a big angle on the 7 to be able to draw in between the 8 and the 9. Well, probably top right spin, better option. 2 rails in between.
Oh, look at this for a shot. What an effort.
Yeah, she did play that very pacey though, as in she really wanted to break him up. Was kind of thinking of dropping in between, so bigger cut. And we'll have to travel the cue ball back and forth. Bit thick on the contact, needs a flick. And it's not gonna get it, and look.
Just the safety here. Side to side. Played that well, Tim.
Yeah, on the other side, it's a chance though for Chou to turn things around. Needs one good kick. Oh, she did not call it.
Players always call that shot.
Wow. To go 2 rails, cannot imagine she did not call that middle pocket.
Oh, and she didn't call that one either. Well, it will come out. It will come out. Similar shot. Surely we couldn't see the same thing happen again, Tim. Off the point into the top corner. What's the odds of that, I wonder? Pretty slim.
Wow, this is massive. To go 2 each this way. Muyan is going to be kicking herself. What a chance she had to bring herself on the hill in the second set. She desperately needs the set too. Yeah, it's kind of interesting how, if you look at the player overall performance, Muyan is leading, is playing a better match overall. Just at specific times, specific moments, she hasn't showed up.
For Rayla.
Wow, and you're always going to see this. You make that mistake, you leave the door open for your opponent. And then now suddenly the brake starts working, everything wide in the open. She does have a shot on the one. Wow. Probably was trying to get so perfect on the two that she has hooked herself now. Yeah, kinda don't mind the jump, sending the 2-ball up table and the cue ball under the 5 and the 10. She's going to kick 3 rails.
Great effort. Almost got it covered, but chance here on the 2. Crash bang Zhang.
Yeah, needs to put herself on the hill. Okay, she did mess up in the previous rack. She does have the wrong angle on the 4, but she can go 3 rails for the 5 into the bottom left.
Just a slight stunt. Oh, she's drawing back, Tim. Wow, that was different.
Yeah, completely different from what we both expected. Now, this does go by the 10. How is she going to get on the 7? Is she going to leave herself long? Ooh. Bit thicker. Just barely on the 7 though. Yeah, looks like Muyan is going to put herself on the hill. So Chou will have to make another turnaround happen. 3-2 Muyan. This second set really a complete different set than the first one. More strategy, hard fought battles between them.
Yeah, I do like seeing all the different facets of the game played out, though. Plenty of safety, some good kicking, a couple of good jumps as well, and some good run-outs at times also. So we're seeing a little bit of everything in this match, and you need to be an all-rounder if you're going to be a world champion. Of course, the mindset, very, very important also. Both players seem to be pretty good temperament-wise, Tim.
Well, one of the rare dry breaks. Messy 6, 7 and the 8 together. Yeah, a bit of in between. She might be able to play a roll up on the 2. She was looking at playing something to the top left, but as you can see, cue ball so tight to the rail. Difficult cueing, not easy at all. Yeah, as I said, 6, 7 and the 8 quite worrying, but also the 4 ball not easy to get on.
Could play really aggressive here. Play with some left-hand spin. Try and get a little flick on the 7. It would hold her on the 4.
She's going to take on the bank. Or this time, maybe better to play a safety with how difficult everything is laying.
She's going to take on the Banca del Fucino. No, she's not.
Yeah, pretty creative way to throw out the main sponsor of the event. Now, she will be going for the cross-side Banca del Fucino. What a shot she's played. Still, best thing she could do is make the 5 and probably play safety behind the 8 ball. No way to run out. Not as much cover behind the 7 and the 8 possible. Would be nice if she had the cue ball a bit lower to roll up on the 8. Might have to thin the 6 into the 8 and the cue ball behind the 10. This might leak. But how are you going to get on the 7 ball? A lot of inside spin maybe. Long rail, short rail, and then to check the cue ball back to the short side of the 7. Might be the only way.
Just wonder, can she go low left all around? No, she's gone with the spin, Tim, and it was going to take it in, wasn't it, all the time? As soon as that right spin caught the point of the pocket, it was always going to drop. Well, who would have thought this? What a scratch.
Yeah, that scratch is going to cost her the set unless something unexpected happens. Bit straighter on this 9 ball. So this 10 to get this into a deciding set. Zhang Muyan. Yeah, and down does go the 10. So Muyan taking the second set. We are going into a decider. And as you can see, another timeout coming up from both players. So Mark White and myself, Tim de Ruiter, we're going to do exactly the same. And we will return with the decider between Zhang Muyan and Chieh-Yu Chou. And welcome back, everybody, to the Banca del Fucino WPA Women's World 10 Ball Championship. This being a loser qualification match. We are diving into the deciding set between Muyan and Chou. Who is going to make it through to the last 16 and who will have to leave us. If we go 3 each, we do go into a deciding shootout. In the commentary box, Mark White and myself, Tim de Ruiter. Welcome back, Mark.
Thanks, Tim. I think this is going to be a fascinating deciding set. Really tough to pick a winner here, Tim. Who can hold the nerve?
Yeah, overall, the first set, Chou, a very strong showing. Now the second set, a very tight defensive battle from both. Muyan winning. So far, this match looking very even.
Yeah, it can come down to just a mistake at the wrong time. A decent break here and there. Smart shot. She makes it though. She's going to have a hard job getting the cue ball out of there. And that was the problem.
Don't think she can actually get to the 2 ball. It's pretty tight. Might have to kick over the top short rail, and that's exactly where she's going to give up a shot. She was able to get to it. I think she's played a really strong safety. I don't even think Chou can go over the top short rail. So she'll have to go the long way.
Yeah, bottom rail just before the side pocket. Side rail.
Yeah, great contact, but a shot on for Muyan. Back to the middle of the table. Oh, she decided to go back and forth. She's missed the 2. Luckily, she's put the 10 over the corner, as in blocking the 3 ball.
Yeah, Zhang taking that 2 ball a little bit quick. On and for it. Well controlled, doesn't want it to drop.
Yeah, excellent cue ball. Quite the trap. Yeah, with ball in hand, maybe a bit easier to land on the 3 ball. The other option is to play another safety on the 3 behind the 5. Very possible. She's now opting to play for a bank, looks like.
Yeah, the 6 ball means she can only draw away. And indeed, she has played for a bank shot. Looks pretty nice, Tim.
Yeah, wonderful cross-side bank. Look at this. Perfect shape on the 5. I've seen her do a similar thing before. Taking a timeout and then just hitting a gear actually at the point where she needs it the most. This is crunch time. This is the most pressure she will get in the match. And to start off like this, good sign.
This is what the great champions do, isn't it, Tim? They seem to find a way to win at crucial moments. That's what makes the difference between the champions and the also-rans.
Yeah, Rita now taking the opening rack. 1-0 in the favor. And, well, the break in general, we've seen many balls drop. If we look at the break success, 71% against 50%. Those are quite high stats.
Well, we have our first player in this round through to the last 16. It's Cesca Centino. She has beaten Germany's Pia Filler in straight sets 2-0. Jasmine in a little bit of trouble. A set down and now 2-2. Herself and Wang Ling Wang. Xia Liu winning the opening set, but she's 3-1 down.
Yeah, that 4-railer seems to be going quite often. No position though, and the one being over the corner. Very limited options on the push out. Yeah, where would you push out to? She's looking to push out for a jump. Maybe roll into the 8. You don't want to make the jump too easy, as in if you push to a jump and easy to get position, they're always going to take it. Now this is more difficult. We'll have to jump and draw the cue ball back. Oh, she's even kicking at this. Yeah, very unlucky for the 1 ball to not go down table. Really liked the pace she kicked at it. She's left the 1 ball straight in. Now the 4 does connect to the short side of the 5. So it's just taking care of the angles. 5 to the 6. Oh. Well, she's lost the cue ball a little bit, Mark.
Yeah, overran it slightly. I think she's still okay. Still cut this in and kind of hold the cue ball. With a bit of right hand spin. It's a delicate shot, but it's doable. Oh, she's gone all around. Look at this for a shot, Tim. What a shot.
Yeah, brilliant cue ball and back in line. Just gotta stay that way. I think she's landed nicely to draw straight over for the 6 in the top right.
To the possibility of a shootout.
Yeah, with how the match has been going, I wouldn't really be surprised. Just has even written all over it. Every time one player starts to play a bit better, I think Rita started off with a great run out. But now Muyan doing the exact same thing. Not much distance between the two of them.
Well, if it was a boxing match, Tim, it would be all level on points. Hard to pick a win.
Yeah, 1 each in a race to 4. At 3 each, we will get the shootout. Well, this has gone dry. A little bit fortunate not to leave that one ball into the top corner. Yeah, she is considering the 9 into the middle. Bit surprised. Would say she has a great chance to play the cue ball behind the 2. And this is a very poor effort, Mark. She might have left this one ball on to the middle.
Yeah, I thought she was definitely going to play in behind the 2 there and just use the 9. Another player through, Tim Rubelin Ahmet, joining her fellow country lady, Jessica Centino. Rubelin has beaten Soledad Ayala in straight sets.
Yeah, the battle all about the one ball. As you can see, the layout itself was quite nice. Now she pushed the 2 and the 4 together, so not much future. Probably is going to make the 1 and then a safety behind the 4.
Jasmine has levelled things up at 1 set each against Wang Ling Wang. That's over on table 2, guys. If you want to watch that one, they're going into a deciding set like we are.
The ball in hand now. Is it enough to be able to go aggressive? She has opened up the 2 ball at the same time. Could still play for a 3 fall as well. Stick the cue ball with the 10. Or behind the 5 does work.
Oh, she needs to make up her mind. She's already called her extension as well. She's taken a long time on this shot. Wanted to get it really close and the 1 ball close to another ball. And she's done that. But I think the side cushion is still on Tim.
Yeah, lucky to be able to see the left side. The left long rail,
Wow.
but she's missed it again. Yeah, even though Muyan now on 2 falls. Rita going for the run out. It's wide open. I think she should go for the run out.
If she does get out of position, she can still, of course, play a hook. Her opponent's still on 2 fouls, which
Well, she's running a bit further on this 4. Might have to play for the 5 into the bottom right. Would have liked to be straighter just for a little draw. Well, look at what she's done there. Very surprised. Should have never gone that far up. And the angle on the 6 would have worked to be on the 7.
Yeah, she overdid that by about 3 feet.
Well, we did see a bank similar to this earlier on from Rita. Is she going to bank it again? Well, she has called it. Maybe bring the cue ball just under the 8, just in case.
Played it at a great pace. This is nice as well, Tim. Another result. Christina to catch into the last 16. Well, Temple champion as well, remember. She's coming good right at the end. A good effort. Hasn't got there this time though. A reminder, guys, we've got a real belter coming up for you. Wanling Wang and Sophia Mast up against So Soa and Savannah Easton. That's on this table around 4 p.m. local time in Rome.
Yeah, just a thin contact, 6 into the 9. Cue ball straight over to the left side of the 8.
Great shot. Exactly as played. Two rails is not the end of the world if she doesn't hit it though, to be honest.
Oh, look at this. I don't think... Well, of course there's always an offensive shot, but I don't think she's left much on this 6 ball. Does it go by the 8? I didn't think so.
Yeah, not the best of shots. Rita will be having a go at this one.
Yeah, don't do too much with the cue ball. Six wasn't really going to be the pressure pot. This 7 ball in general, where the most pressure comes up. And a shocking miss on the 7. Yeah, we're going to see some pressure between the two of them.
Bit out of position, Tim. Still a bit of work to do. Go across short side. Perfect.
Yeah, Muyan now taking the lead and only one rack away from guaranteeing herself a shootout. Yeah, after, in my opinion, it was not an easy 7-ball, especially under the circumstances, but it's one Chieh-Yu Chou is supposed to make. Now, if you look at the stats, everything looking so even. Missed shots 6 to 5. Okay, maybe the fouls 6 against 2. A bit more difference, but the break is close. Safety efficiency very close.
If we were playing a straight race, Tim, it would be 8-7 to Muyan. Oh, 2 balls down. Has she got a shot on the 1? She hasn't.
Yeah, also takes the pace out of the match. You know, making 2 balls on the break, you would hope for some more rhythm for the players. But safety all over the place. Every time after the break can be killing the vibe. Well, distance at least, but she might have to try and get the cue ball 2 rails behind the 4-9, or go off the left side, bring the cue ball back where it is now, and push the 1 above the 4. Yeah, I have to say safeties were a bit better in the beginning of this match. Now, every time there has been a little window or just that little bit too much space for the other player to have a go at it.
I think that's just a sign of pressure in a way, Tim. They concentrating more on getting the object ball safe and not really worrying too much about the cue ball, but that was a great shot. And now this is a genuine chance to get on the hill. Short side on the 4. Was she coming long? Oh, that was a brave shot. Didn't like that, Tim, at all.
Yeah, me neither. She is also going to feel that she's getting closer to the finish line. Is this going to dress up over the corner? No. Well, 4 ball to the bottom right, 4 ball into the left middle. I didn't think it would go to the bottom left, but if it does, we could be going 2 each this match. Unbelievable. Yeah, now at the point where they're actually turning down offensive shots to play safe.
A little bit wild. I think she actually went for that. Real tense times now. Can feel the pressure. Sat in my chair here, Tim.
Well, again, it has leaked. Cue ball pretty close to the rail. 4 doesn't go to the corner. Does go into the middle. But I have a feeling if she already turned this kind of shot down before, she's probably going to turn it down again.
Yeah, she can run the cue ball off the side rail behind the 10, can't she? Send the 4 up between the 6 and the 8. That's very dangerous to play a snooker towards a pocket. I mean, in snooker we were told never play a snooker towards a pocket, and that's why.
Well, kind of let the cue ball go. Has to come up with another one. If she makes a 6, she's kind of guaranteed to get on the hill first. Yeah, fabulous spot. And now 3 balls away to get on the double hill. Just overall, Rita's safety game is not strong enough at the moment. It's getting her into quite some trouble.
Does she remind you of Cheska in a way, Tim?
Well, definitely the choices she makes, the cueing looks completely different. But she definitely likes to drop down and shoot at the first thing she sees. And it's Muyan now on the double hill, 1 rack away from the last 16. And 1 rack away to survive a scare. This match has been tight all the way.
Another result to bring you. Soa has beaten Wei Chu-ten in straight sets. The good form of the South Korean continues. Wei Wei's recent form has been pretty good as well, but it's come to an end. Out of the doubles as well with partner Kelly Fisher. Big break again, Tim. 3-ball maybe? No.
Now, if Rita wants to stop Muyan, I think this is a must run out. No more safeties. She needs to hit that gear, the one she had in the opening set. But this 3 to the 4 and 4 back down for the 5. Tricky stuff. Playing with fire there.
Yeah, once again, lots of body movement on that shot. Shot clock does continue running. She calls her extension. I'm not sure what's happened there, but the clock is showing 60 seconds. Oh, it's not a time foul, is it? No. I think they're trying to find out what the shot clock was on. It's on about 15 seconds, and then she called her extension. So it should be about 45, I reckon. Oh, they've reset it to 30.
Is this going to spin over? Does it have the legs?
What a shot.
Yeah, hint of inside. Leave yourself proper angle on the 6. Probably go to the left side of the 7 to play the 7 in the top right. Yeah, she does have the tendency to come up with her best game when she needs it the most. In some way, I do fear that she might have done it a bit late. But you never know, she might be able to make this 3 each. I do see we have some scoring issues. The score now 3-1 in the final set. And soon 3-2 down.
Yeah, both players have won a set, 4-2 each. This is the decider, which is now 3-2. Chou hanging on by her fingernails. The best she can do is a shootout now. Kristina Zateva has pulled a set back against Xia Liu. 1 set all there going into a decider. Already in the decider, Jasmine Ocean 2-1 up in the 3rd set against Wenling Wang. And Samir Konishi, a setup, and 2-2 with Venus Lim.
Can she make a ball on the break, get shape, and bring this match into a shootout?
No ball down, but nothing doing for Zhang, just to push out.
Yeah, where to push out to. You know, it's funny, sometimes you have so many options to push out to. You might actually not feel any position is the right one. Well, somewhat cover, so jump cue coming out. Has to clear the 6 as well. Oh, that might be a tough roll. Fluked the ball in, not one that she had called. Yeah, Rita has the option to either play herself or give it back, and well, this is probably a kick on the one. Oh, nice shot there.
Yeah, and I've got to say, I'm really, really surprised she gave that back so quickly, Tim. I really am, because that shot was definitely on, and she's played it to perfection, but so could Rita have played that shot. Surprising. Oh, an equally good shot though.
Yeah, can cut the 1 into the 7. Cue ball 2 rails under the 5 in the 2.
Oh,
check cue ball. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, the run out. I think the 3 ball is blocking the 2 into the bottom left. But, you know, Rita does have a chance to get this 3 each.
Either way, it's the last rack of this match.
Oh, and this is even worse, Mark. Okay, she has given ball in hand and it's a second fall. But if the 1 ball stayed up, the position from 1 to the 2 was going to be the key shot. And now I feel like with the ball in hand, the second you make the 2, everything is wide in the open. And Rita is supposed to run out from this position.
Well, I'm yet to see a shootout in any games that I've been commentating on. We did mention it, Tim, didn't we? It's a big possibility of it happening in this match because neither player can pull away. They've matched each other blow for blow.
Yeah, especially if this match goes into a shootout, Mark, I would not know who to pick.
You just read my mind. I was going to say, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to pick the winner in the shootout because, you know, Zhang's probably Rita, very dependable.
Yeah, Rita does bring a lot of experience and maybe a bit better under the pressure. But Muyan has been cueing the ball very nicely, and Rita has been a bit up and down at times. Not very consistent so far in this tournament. Yeah, beautifully crossed over. 2 balls away from the shootout. It's quite an important match this is. Of course, to stay alive in the tournament, to get to the last 16, but also financially, loser of this match, $1,625. Winner of this match guarantees $4,125. So pretty big jump, and of course still a chance to become the champion and win 55,000 US dollars. And this match is going into a shootout. Just look at these stats. Like almost everything is even, except for, well, the fouls. You could say there's a big difference. 8 fouls for Muyan and 2 for Chieh-Yu Chou. So it's 4 shots each. If the score is tied after 4, the box will get smaller, the distance will be longer, and it will be sudden death. First shot for Muyan. Oh, very jabby stroke. That was not a pretty stroke at all. She's missed the first shot, and right off the bat, a chance for Chou to pull off the break.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that it must go in the lower left pocket from this position. She almost fluked it in the top left, but of course it wouldn't count. It has to go into this lower left from this side, and they are on the shot clock as well. Oh.
Yeah, did get awful close to a scratch in the middle. I mean, you would say at that pace, chances are very low to scratch, but we have seen it before. Of course, a shot wouldn't count with the scratch. So now all the pressure on Muyan. Has lost the initiative. She does make this one. Look out for the scratch. She does seem to strike the ball quite firm on this spot shot. Different styles to play the shot, of course, but more risk to scratch the cue ball.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, 2-1. Another great cueing from Chou. She's been cueing the ball nicely the first two shots. Muyan technically could lose this match just by missing the first shot, and Rita just making all of them. Cannot allow herself to miss another one. And again, the overcut, just super jabby. And just that jabbiness creates vibration in the arm, and that's where you're going to put a little bit of side spin on the ball. And at that pace, at that kind of shot, could cause you to miss it by a full ball. So if Rita makes this, she'll be into the last 16. Muyan will have to try her luck in the Fujifilm Women's Showdown, but not in the World Women 10 Ball Championship. And Chieh-Yu Chou survives the match here. And look at this, a fist bump. She usually doesn't show that much, so you can see how much this means to her. She does go through into the last 16. And Muyan, as I said, will have to try in a different tournament later this week. Thanks everybody for tuning in at ProBilliards TV. We will be back with plenty more action, so stay tuned on all our channels. And for now, I would like to thank Mark White being by my side once again. My name is Tim de Ruiter, and we will see you very shortly. Stay tuned for a lot more action all the way live from Rome.